African news update on top accolade news. The headlines. Zambian President warns ministers against slipping in meetings. Sierra Leone's Deputy Minister calls for innovative financing. Kenya pioneers hybrid vehicle market in Africa. UK and Mauritius near agreement on Chagos Islands sovereignty. In politics, Zambian President warns ministers against slipping in meeting. Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema has issued a stark warning to his ministers against dozing off during meetings, attributing the behavior to a lack of self-control and indulgence, which local media suggests may relate to excessive drinking and partying. During a swearing-in ceremony of a new minister, Hichilema labeled sleeping in cabinet sessions as a serious crime, emphasizing the risk it poses to state secrets and public service delivery. He urged cabinet members to exercise self-censure and remain attentive, stating that such negligence reflects a lack of interest in representing the Zambian people. As he prepares for a potential second term in next year's election, Hichilema continues to prioritize accountability within his administration. Shifting focus to economy, Sierra Leone's Deputy Minister calls for innovative financing. At the 2025 Global South Financiers Forum in Beijing, Jonathan Titus Williams, Sierra Leone's Deputy Minister of Development and Economic Planning, emphasized the need for the Global South to explore new pathways for development beyond merely seeking more capital. He advocated for a diversified financing approach that includes innovative public-private partnership, social bonds, and tailored solutions to meet each country's unique challenges. Highlighting the pressing issues of climate change and the impact of the global pandemic, Williams called for the flexible and collaborative strategies to ensure sustainable and inclusive growth. Other speakers echoed the importance of multilateral cooperation in navigating today's complex economic landscape. As the forum concluded, participants stressed the need for enhanced financial support for infrastructure, food security, and public health to create a favorable environment for cross-border trade and investment. Still in economy, Kenya pioneers hybrid vehicle market in Africa. Kenyans now have access to Africa's first hybrid electric vehicle battery laboratory, officially launched in Nairobi by Japan's Vehicle Service Center in partnership with Cars Kenya Limited. The innovative facility will provide critical services such as battery testing, analysis, and reconditioning, addressing the need for a burgeoning hybrid vehicle market. With nearly 50% of cars in Japan being hybrids, Cars Kenya's managing director emphasized the environmental benefits of reduced emission. The lab's launch marks a significant milestone as Kenya sees increased interest in electric vehicles, supported by investment in solar-powered charging infrastructure. With around 350 registered EVs and a notable rise in hybrid vehicle adoption, Kenya is leading the charge in the region's transition to eco-friendly transportation. Moving to international relations, UK and Mauritius near agreement on Chagos Islands sovereignty. The UK government is working with Mauritius to finalize a deal that would transfer sovereignty of the Chagos Islands to Mauritius while allowing the UK and US to maintain military operations on Diego Garcia for an initial 99 years. This agreement, which would cost British taxpayers up to 18 billion euros, has faced criticism from conservative leaders who argue it may not be in the UK's best interest. Despite initial concerns regarding US approval, recent comments from President Trump suggest he is inclined to support the deal. As negotiations continue, Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer emphasizes the importance of the agreement for national security amidst growing international pressure for the return of the islands. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Insecurity. Concerns grow over regional instability in the Sahara. Algeria's military has shot down a drone near its border with Mali, marking a significant escalation in tensions between the two nations. The drone, identified as an armed reconnaissance vehicle, entered Algerian airspace. While Mali's army confirmed a drone crashed in the area, it did not acknowledge Algeria's claim of it being shot down. Experts noted that this action reflects Algeria's frustration and its strict stance against any unauthorized use of its airspace. As both countries navigate complex relationships strained by recent military coups in Mali and the presence of foreign mercenaries, concerns are mounting about the potential for further conflict in the region. Moving to conflict, United Nations reports relative calm in South Sudan. According to the United Nations spokesperson, the situation in South Sudan is currently described as relatively calm, despite lingering political and security tension. The mission urges all parties to engage in dialogue rather than military confrontation, aiming for a unified government under the revitalized peace agreement. Notably, the African Union has announced plans to send a high-level delegation to Juba this week to facilitate discussions with key stakeholders, reinforcing the commitment to peace in the region. In entertainment, Miss Liberia first runner-up issued arrest warrant. The Monrovia City Court has issued an arrest warrant for Kindness Wilson, the first runner-up in the Miss Liberia pageant, on multiple criminal charges, including simple assault and disorderly conduct. The warrant stems from an incident on March 31st at Stella Maris Polytechnic University, where Wilson allegedly slapped and physically assaulted a fellow student, causing significant pain. She is also accused of threatening the complainant's life and engaging in verbal harassment, which prosecutors describe as unlawful and detrimental to public peace. Law enforcement is now authorized to apprehend Wilson, pending further court proceedings, while effort to contact her or her legal team for comment has been unsuccessful. Now in sports, Zambia women's team fall short in penalty shootout against Colombia. The Zambia under-18 women's national team delivered a strong performance, but ultimately lost to Colombia in a dramatic penalty shootout, finishing 5-4 after a goalless draw in regulation time at the UEFA Women's Under-18 Friendship Cup in Turkey. Despite several scoring chances, the young Cooper Queens were unable to secure a goal, leading to the tense penalty shootout, where they narrowly missed victory. The team will now turn their attention to the next match against Turkey on April 3rd, continuing the quest for growth and experience in this prestigious developmental tournament. The UEFA Friendship Cup is a key opportunity for young players to showcase their talent on an international stage as part of the Football Association of Zambia's commitment to nurturing future stars. That concludes our African news update for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojarumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.